It's funny how memories from the past come back in all sorts of ways. For me, however, it's particular smells that send my mind racing back to childhood, and one of the most pungent reminders is the smell of lavender, which was a favourite Christmas gift for elderly ladies in the family, as well as being a heady smell in summer gardens. But while it's true that lavender was once only found on grandmothers' dressing tables, over the last few years, it has had an image upgrade to become a vital modern cosmetic ingredient and a desirable fragrance. Nearly all the big high street cosmetic brands have launched extensive lavender-fragranced ranges in the last year. Not only is it good for healing spots and grazes, but a few drops added to the bathwater helps ease away stress and assure a good night's sleep. But be warned. If you want the therapeutic benefits of lavender as well as fragrance, you'll need to read your labels carefully. Lavender's essential oils oxidize, and their fragrance disappears rapidly, so many manufacturers boost their products with synthetic fragrances. So, if the label mentions perfume, it's a clear sign that you're going to get a nice-smelling synthetic rather than a lavender oil-rich product.
It's a vicious circle, really. It takes me the best part of an hour to get here in the morning, so I honestly never have time for breakfast.
But you should always have something. According to nutrition experts, it's the most important meal of the day.
That's a load of rubbish, if you ask me. It's all very well for them. They've probably got time for it. I haven't. Anyway, when I get to work, I'm plunged into the usual stressful day and my hunger just sort of evaporates.
Yes. I only live round the corner, but I often skip breakfast myself. But I suppose you could always make up for it at lunchtime.
I can, and I should, but more often than not, I just grab a cup of coffee and a few biscuits or a sandwich.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's all I ever have when I'm busy.
Fine, but what happens as the day wears on is that the less you eat, the less you want to eat. Abstinence seems to suppress the appetite somehow.
Well, I suspect what we ought to be doing is establishing a regular pattern of eating, instead of just grabbing what we can, when we can.
A sensible, conventional diet. There's no doubt that that's the way to go. You don't fancy giving me a hand to do just that and prevent me from skipping lunch, do you?
Why not? Then we can both indulge ourselves for a change.
Do you wake each morning to what seems like an endless list of tasks and hit the pillow each night feeling a failure because half remain undone? We all know the feeling of being submerged by routine, commitments and chores. But while we're constantly being urged to take up leisure activities like aerobics and take herbal supplements to improve our health, they usually end up as just more things to add to an ever-expanding do list. Setting unrealistic goals for ourselves is one of the most common reasons for feeling you're losing your grip. But there's an obvious solution. Simply lower your expectations. One of the most common causes of inadequacy is failure to prioritize. Often, people begin their day by writing long lists of what needs doing. It's better to make lists with two sections. One for things that really have to be done today, the other for things that can be dealt with only if you have time. That way, if you manage to do any of the second list, you'll feel you're ahead.
For some, plunging down an icy Welsh river may have all the appeal of do-it-yourself dentistry, but going whitewater rafting in Britain has its benefits. It's accessible, you can book up on the spot, and a cheap way to learn the ropes before moving on to more challenging rivers abroad. And if Hollywood stars like Meryl Streep can do it, so can you. The Snowdon Centre receives 50,000 visitors a year, including the British Olympic canoe and kayak teams. All rapids have an international grading system from 1 to 6. The latter can't be attempted without risk to life. This centre's rapids are graded 3 to 4. A bit tame? Not at all. According to the centre's coaching manager, the course is steep, rocky, fast and challenging. After getting kitted up, there's a safety briefing before the 2-kilometre run. When you come to rapids with names like Ski Slope and The Graveyard, your guide will steer and keep control as you navigate through them. The river is dam controlled, so there's usually a sufficient flow, but call ahead to double check.